How's it going, everyone? Be Humbled here, and welcome back to some more Pokemon the Indigo Disc DLC. So there's a couple things I kind of thought of in between episodes, and I'm like, I could have easily covered this in the last episode, but I didn't know what else I needed to do. But first, we're gonna start off with showcasing the new hairstyles. I keep saying I want to showcase, but keep forgetting to showcase. So let's show her the style card. Alright. I actually don't think I've seen a lot of the new hairstyles yet, even from like other people's streaming and stuff, so I'm kind of curious. Martin Beehive. Okay. Not fan of the bangs. That's a cool hairstyle. I don't think I would want to sport that right now. Okay, nice. Wild curls. Okay, that's a nice elegant style. And then braided top. You know what? Not too bad, but I wouldn't want any of these over what I have right now. So we're not gonna do that. And I'm sure there's other clothing and stuff that gets unlocked from all the stores. We're not gonna go through all of that stuff. But definitely something to go check out if you have the DLC and you have the style card to go check out all the different stores around Paldea. But with that, there's also one other thing I want to go touch on that I believe is in Area 0, so I'm gonna go to Area 0 real quick. Alright, we're back in the Area 0 Underdepths, and I don't know if I tried reading some of these before, maybe read only like one and skip the other two, but apparently this one is a little bit of an Easter egg, so let's read it together. While investigating the hidden treasure, I found myself suddenly transported to a great height near a lake that smelled of sulfur. Based on temperature and humidity, I believe it to have been the eastern lands I've read about before. And there, a child gave me a white volume. So, if you remember, a friend of ours gave us a book, Briar's book, which is considered a white book. I believe it was also described as a white book to us when it was given to us by Briar. So, the other thing is the Sulphur Lake is kind of describing a lake very similar to the Crystal Lake in Kitakame. So if we go there, there's actually a little bit of an Easter egg I learned about. I don't know exactly what the cutscene is yet, but I've heard there is a little bit of a special cutscene if you go there. So now to Kitakame. Alright, now we're here at the Crystal Pool. I think maybe we have to go over here. Yeah, there is a cutscene. So let's see. What we read was something from Sada's journal, so see what happens, I guess. Oh. Talumi. Terapagos is triggering this? Oh. Well now. This is a curious development. Have I somehow broken through the boundaries of space-time? And who are you? Have we met? If so, I'm sorry, but I don't seem to recall it. I'm Professor Sada. I researched Pokemon in Area 0, and yet... Yes. Huh, what? This Pokemon... This is the Winged King? Oh, he's so happy to see her. Is that right? So its name is Koraidon. That's a good name. Again? From the clues you've already let slip, I suppose I would have to conclude, from your perspective, I must have come from the past? Though the course of complexities of space-time are beyond count, it's possible that our encounter might not even be occurring in a timeline connected to my own. Perhaps this meeting is nothing more than a fleeting miracle. Why don't we exchange as much useful data as we can in what little time that fate has gifted us? What does that mean? this place is so eerie looking. So wait, am I gonna tell her all about what happened and like with Arvin and all that? Oh, this might get heavy. Might want to take a seat, Zada. Is there anything that you would like to ask me? Ooh. I hopefully get to ask her all these questions, but... Oh, you wish to know about my private life? I do. Have a family. A son. He's probably at home right now. Well, no. I suppose right now could be inaccurate. Wherever and wherever he is, I imagine he must be quite lonely. Aww. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? I don't know precisely the cause. I was analyzing some recent data in my secret lab one moment, and the next I was standing here before you. Perhaps this is the influence of the crystal Pokemon that lies dormant in that place. Or perhaps the cause lies with you and I. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? Yep. I am researching methods to catch Pokemon that live in different timelines, so I might transport them to the present day in my own timeline. It sounds fantastical, no doubt, but I am directing plans for a machine that may achieve it. You see, this book captured my imagination when I read it as a child, and I have never let it go. But progress has been slow and beset by failures. I haven't left my lab in quite some time now. I desperately hope that I might glean some new insight from this conversation so I can finally make some progress and return home. Now, let us trade places in this exchange. I'd say that time has come for my own questions. What is this place? It doesn't appear to be anywhere in Paldea. I guess I can tell her. So we're at Kitakami's Crystal Pool. I remember reading about it in certain texts. It's said to be a place where water wells up from the ground and imbued with terrestrial energy. It would seem that I have been shifted quite far in both space and time. My next question then. That Pokemon you have, the Winged King, Koraidon, tell me more about it. He my boy. Yes, well, your personal attachment to the creature has no meaningful relevance. Forgive me. Perhaps that was rude. Eggy. That book you have there, well, I don't recognize its cover. What is it? The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. Would you let me see it for just a moment? So this is exactly the scenario she describes in the book she leaves behind. Me, a child with a mysterious white book. Descriptions of Area Zero Under Depths and a record of Terapagos' awakening? Who is this Briar to have written such a book? I guess I can tell her. Now, isn't that something? A descendant of the author of the original Scarlet book. Exploration runs in the family, I see. At any rate, that book would ignite the imagination of any true scientist. I'm sorry, but I must simply have the time to read this book more thoroughly. Oh, is it time? Oh, the mist is closing once again. I assume this means our time is near its end. Yes, Gia. Aww. He doesn't want her to go. I wish I could spend longer getting to know about the Winged King, but I must hurry. That book, I imagine, must be quite valuable. It wouldn't feel right for me to claim it without offering you any recompense. Can't read. In exchange, then, I hate to part with it, something so precious to me. Would you consider trading me that book for my copy of the Scarlet book? I wonder if I say no. Because technically, don't I have her Scarlet book already? No, but her Scarlet book got taken by the professor, the AI professor. Sure, why not? So many paradoxes going on here. Take the Scarlet book. So I technically had this before, but I got it back again. I appreciate this more than you can imagine. Perhaps I should take this chance to go home and enjoy a bit of town time with a good book. This is where we part, fellow adventurer and the Winged King. How lucky we were to meet across space and time. I bid you adieu. Oh, he's so sad. Oh. Oh. Oh, he misses her. Oh, that was kind of touching, though. So I know that there's apparently an epilogue coming out, I think January 9th. Or, sorry, not January 9th, January 11th. That's free. Oh, it changed back. I have the Scarlet book again, so it changed the title screen. All the music changed too and everything. Oh, that's precious. Oh, I love that. I actually love that. Oh, I'm back at the academy. Interesting. But yeah, I am curious if you needed to do that cutscene for something that's gonna happen in the epilogue that's gonna come out. Apparently it's free to all who have done the DLC. It's free if you purchase both DLCs, and I think you have to complete the storylines of both the Teal Mask and Indigo disc. So definitely go do that if you haven't yet and you want to go play the epilogue as soon as possible, because it seems like Arvin and the rest of your academy friends will be going to Kitakami. So I can maybe seeing this cutscene, maybe something will happen at the Crystal Pool with Arvin and his mom. That'd be kind of touching. I would love for Arvin to get some resolution out of everything he's been through. But wow, that actually was a really touching thing. I'm kind of excited the title screen changed. Alright, but that is everything outside of the Indigo disc that I wanted to do. So let's go back to Blueberry Academy and finish a couple things up there that I haven't touched on yet. Alright, so we're back at Blueberry Academy and in the Central Plaza. And I have passed this woman like 10,000 times using this machine to heal myself. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do synchronization. I need to do the synchro machine. Just never covered her for some reason. So let's talk to her because she's talking about synchronization. Ah, the euphoria of synchronization. Oh, I don't like how you phrased that already, lady. Oh, hello there. Mine is Sinclair. I'm quite the outstanding researcher, you know. Would you like to help me out by participating in an amazing experiment I'm working on? Sure. Well, that's the spirit. Let's head over to the test area then. You'll need to have a Pokemon out of its ball for this experiment. Let me know once you're ready. Who do I have first? Kind of want to put, oops, wrong button. Kind of want to put you up front. Oh, go get the item that's in the corner here. Okay. Are you ready to help me out with this amazing experiment? Sure. That's the spirit. Let's get started then. Synchronize. Oh. Your mind and feelings are now synchronized with those of your Pokemon. Now that you're all synced up, your Pokemon will move as directed by your thoughts. Let's start with a movement test. There's a tree in front of your Pokemon. Try moving over there. Oh, it's raining. Okay. Simple. Oh, that's it? Ah, yes, you're so in sync. I was able to get some very useful data from that session. Thank you very much. I just literally moved to a tree. Here's a little something for your trouble. 3 rare candies, okay. You have a real talent for this. Would you mind sticking around for at least one more experiment? It'll be a bit more work from the last one, but you'll receive a really like something really nice afterwards. That's a call Chidori out again. Just do it in case. Are you in the mood to help me out with my amazing experiment? Okay, then here we go. Synchronize! Please be a little something more than just, hey, move to this tree. Your mind and feelings are synchronized with those of your Pokemon once again. Since this is your second time synchronizing, you should be able to do all sorts of things. So let's begin the test. Battle test. But try taking on some of the other Pokemon in the area. Can I grab the item? Oh, I can grab the items too. I feel like I'm gonna get slapped if I go near a Graveler. How do I? Oh, there we go. Apparently, if you actually find a shiny Pokemon... Oh, you can land! Oh my goodness! If you press B, you can land. Wait, come here, Tyro. I'm gonna bop you. Oh my gosh, I love that. As I was saying though, apparently if you find a shiny Pokemon in Synchro mode though, you can kill it. So be careful of Synchro mode. Yes, you've gotten the best synchronization I've ever seen. I'm sure someone of your talent could put this amazing invention to good use. Ayy. So the question is this something that I can only use in Terrarium or can I use it in like Kitakami and Paldea? Doesn't say anything. It's still a prototype, so its design made like a little uninspiring. But you can use it to synchronize whenever you want. Try it with lots of different Pokemon. Only works in Terrarium. See the bottom. Okay. Okay, so hold down the L and then press R to begin synchronizing. Okay. Only works in Terrarium. Let's see. Is there anyone else? I keep hitting the wrong button for the menu for some reason. Who would be fun to kind of... What about like Calamari? Oh my god, I'm an evil squid! Oh my god, it lands! Oh my god, so I can float? I could float. Malamaro moves very slow though. If I find a shiny on here, I'm gonna be so disappointed. There's some methods I've seen some people use for synchronization and like helping them find shinies faster. But that would involve you making sure you're around your Pokemon and doing all that. So just be careful when you're doing this method because you can kill shinies and you could also just fail a shiny because you're out of range. Land. I think this is just so funny. Hey, Minccino, get back here. Get back here, Minccino. Alright, let's end it. Okay, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. Probably too much fun with that. Alright, so that's another thing that we checked off on our checklist here. One other thing I want to do before we go talk to Perrin, because I actually have over 200 Pokemon in the Pokedex now for Indigo Disc, or the Blueberry Pokedex. So, should be more than sufficient enough to actually go talk to Perrin and start whatever quest she has. But one other thing I want to show off, a feature that we haven't unlocked yet that I probably want to unlock, so we'll be right back. Alright, so we're in the League Club room, and I've done some upgrades, as you guys can probably see. I got one of the new styles for the club room. I think this is the black and white one? I think it's called that. I can't remember. But essentially it's black and white themed for, you know, black and white Pokemon games. And I also got the Pokeball, I forget what this thing's called. Pokeball lottery? I forget what this machine's called, but also get up to Master Ball, which is the final upgrade you can get. So basically you just have to keep doing the lottery quite a few times before she tells you can upgrade. So, but what I wanted to do is actually here on the computer. So there's actually a new feature for when you lock on the Pokemon. I kind of breezed over this because I thought this was a camera feature, but apparently it's not. So we're gonna unlock this. Thank you, Be Humble. This is Iso from the Photography Club. Now to patch that lock-on feature with new capabilities, I'll send you the data right away. You can now see more details about the Pokemon you lock onto using the ZL button. So, ooh, what is the question mark one? If you lock onto a Pokemon using the ZL button, you can now see more information about the Pokemon's gender, size, and whether it has a mark, but only if it's the species you caught before. So I'm assuming, okay, so we got the genders. I guess the sizes are like if you have like the smallest one of the species or the largest of the species you can get, and then if it has like any mark, I guess I'm assuming is what the question mark is. So that's pretty useful, especially if you're trying to mark on something. So let's actually go test this out really quick. All right, we're in the Savannah biome. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I can actually see the gender. Oh, that's a small guy. You just, oh, okay, you touched me. So I am curious though, because that execute is small. Does that mean it has the small mark on it? Let me catch it and see. Alright, we caught it. So I'm just wondering if that means it's smaller than average or if it's close to the like pint-sized powerhouse or whatever is the smallest, don't touch me, whatever is the smallest of the species so you can get the mark for it. I'm like curious, I'm like, who has marks? Because I'm assuming if I find one with, oop, you're a big boy or a big girl. Okay, I want to see if I can find one with a mark on it. See if it actually has a mark when I catch it. Jumbo? Why is everyone Jumbo? Oh, you have a mark. Come here. Alright, so this one had a mark on it. So I'm assuming that means it'll have a title. Let's see if I am correct. It does! Okay, that's gonna make mark hunting so much easier. Who touched my butt? You touched my butt. For that, you must die. That didn't kill you. Calamari, that was pathetic. Should have probably just psycho-cutted it. Alright, so what mark do you have? Ryan the Sociable. Okay, not the most crazy mark. I'm actually going to assign this to you before I forget. Okay, and then I do kind of want to go see if this counts as like the smallest of the species real quick. So let me go try that out. Okay, I'm literally been just flying all around this map today, but let's judge how big this execute size is. I don't think that is constituting of a mark though. Yeah. Okay, so can't release you, but it does I guess help if you are trying to maybe do like the sandwiches where you are doing like the tiny, the teensy, and the jumbo size, and you're trying to purposely get like, I forget what's called, like the jumbo or the small mark or something like that. So I guess that does help. But all right. I understand the mechanics of this now. So last thing I want to do is go back to the Blueberry Academy again. Okay, we're back in the terrarium. Let's actually talk to Perrin now and complete whatever quest she has for us here. Hey, be humble. Don't tell me. You've already got yourself 200 Pokemon from terrarium? Impressive. It was actually a little annoying. Well, look at you putting in all that effort. I like to see that in a kid. You probably know more about the Pokemon terrarium than I do, and I got here first. I guess you earned yourself that hot tip. Take a look at these photos, would you? Oh, do I have to go find... Oh, is this in Area 0? Wait, how'd you get in Area 0, Perrin? Oh, I'm gonna have to go find them in Area 0, aren't I? See these strange Pokemon? The first one's called Gouging Fire, and the other one's Raging Bolt. Totally unknown Pokemon in totally unknown places. If they're real, it's a huge deal. Apparently, these are places in Paldea. Would you have any idea where, Be Humble? Yeah, Area 0. Wow, are they famous spots? I want to visit them. So wait, did you just see these online or something? Of course, you know how it is in these days, right? These photos could totally be fakes. But if you want to know for sure, maybe you should go try to search out these Pokemon. I can show you the photos again anytime you like, just give me a shout. And find me something good, Be Humble. I have got faith in your survey skills. I mean, I have ideas where they are. This is like definitely close to the top of Area 0. Okay, and then one of the waterfalls, I think at the base of Area 0? I think so, because of all the rock formations. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to go to Area 0 and run around and figure out where the heck they are. Rude. Okay, we're back here in Area 0. So I don't know exactly where these guys are. I'm assuming... I feel like the Entei one's gotta be somewhere high on these cliffs. So if I fly... Oops. Maybe he's on a cliff over here somewhere? He's gotta be like near one of these, I think. And I think there was a waterfall somewhere in the picture. So I'm gonna go check and see if I can find him. I don't know what level or how hard their catch they're gonna be, so it's gonna be interesting. There's an item up here. Oh, I think I found him. He looks terrifying. Okay. It's so hard because, like, there's no map of this area. But I'm gonna say... Where was the starting area? I think you start over here? So I think the starting area when you get up first in the Area 0 is all the way there, like where the top of my head is, because that looks like the slope you have to run down. So I'm gonna say it's like the second waterfall to your right if you're facing, you know, directly off of that cliff over there. Near this radio tower, it's like the second waterfall from your right. So I am going to... This thing's so cool looking. Oh man. Can you like inspect it at all? No, I guess you can't. I don't know if you can mark hunt these. I also don't really have any Pokemon that can spore or paralyze, so I'm gonna hope that Chidori can maybe just discharge and paralyze it. Alright, I'm gonna cautiously go up to you. This thing is so cool. Engra! This thing is so cool though. I wish you could like shiny hunt for it. I know these things are shiny locked at least. So this thing is dragon fire type, so this should not be very effective. This is decent. Please paralyze, paralyze, paralyze. Thank you. That's gonna hurt. Oh, not as much as I thought. Okay. Paralyze? Nope. Lava Climb. And discharge again. Alright. Dragon Rush. Ouch. What type of Pokeball do I want to put you in? That's the other question. Alright, I'm hoping that an Icy Wind will not knock this thing out. Oh, close, but thankfully no. Okay, this is the lowest of low I can get this thing. What type of Pokeball do I want to put you in? Honestly, Premier Ball would be pretty sick. Let's try Premier Balls and see if we can actually get this thing. Well, this is probably a catch rate of a legendary Burning Bulwark. What the heck is that? This thing probably has a catch rate of like a normal Entei, so we might be here for a hot second. Yeah, finally! I was gonna use up all my Premier Balls. There are scant few reports of this creature being sighted. One short video shows it rampaging and spouting pillars of flame. Let's see its summary. No ribbon. Okay, Modest. I don't know if that's good or bad. It looks like you're more of a physical attacker. What does... I want to know what Burning Bulwark does. Because it kept failing. But that's pretty cool. Okay. He's 1,300 pounds. My goodness. Alright, so that's one Pokemon added to the Pokedex. I'm gonna have to go find... Is it Raging Bolt at the bottom? Oh, sorry, I almost fell off the cliff. At the bottom of the cliff here, so I'm gonna go do that in just a sec. Alright, so we're looking for Raging Bolt next. It looked like almost... like it was by a body of water like this. Let's see. Looked like it was near some rocks. See if there's any rocks in here. Oh, there he is. Our giant giraffe boy. So I'm also realizing I can't paralyze an electric type Pokemon, but we'll do our best here. What? Excuse? Not at all what should happen here. Did I not click A on this thing? Apparently I did not click A. Raigu! It's interesting how its color lights up like a thundercloud. Alright, so I can safely just discharge. I can't even get to hit in the frame. My goodness, it's so tall. Oh, that did half damage. Alright. I'm gonna... Oops, I was gonna Volt Switch, but I guess not. Now I'm gonna Volt Switch. Alright, who can do minimal amount of damage to this thing? Actually, I feel like Rock Slide should be okay. Then at least I don't get affected by his electric attacks. Let's see. I feel like that shouldn't do too much. We'll never doing that again though. It's 120 or 75. I'm a little nervous. I'm just gonna throw balls at you. I feel like Ultra Ball would work best. It's nothing fancy, but it doesn't need to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Didn't have to use too many Ultra Balls on you. But Sky Arrow took quite a good few hits, so pretty good Pokemon to bulk against this thing if you're trying to catch it. It said to incinerate everything around it if lightning launched from its fur. Very little is known about this creature. It's less heavy than the Entei one though. Interesting. Let's see. Doubt you have any marks. Nope. You're serious nature and you are more the special attacker. Okay, so it seems like the Entei one is more of a physical and you're more of a special one. Okay. That do make sense. I'm assuming the two Pokemon that are exclusive to Violet, the Terrakion and Cobalion forms are probably going to be through raids so you can catch them. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen because they had the Virizion through raids at one point, so maybe after the epilogue they'll kind of let you, maybe they'll do some like terror raids, special event terror raids with them. I don't know, I feel like eventually they're going to have them available so that way everyone can kind of catch them regardless of your version. That'd be kind of nice, so I hope they do that in the next coming months. But let's go back to Perrin and just see if there's anything special she says now that we have the two Pokemon in our party, or in the box at least. So let's go talk to her really quick. Alright, Perrin. Back. But be humble, that Pokemon, isn't that the Pokemon from the picture? That's the real life gouging fire. Just look at the shape of its head. Those rumors, the rumors are that this fellow can make magma erupt from the ground just by roaring. If that was true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Now let me snap a couple photos here. This could mean that the other Pokemon I showed you too is real. Could you report back to me if you find it? Okay. Well, I already found it. But be humble, that Pokemon, isn't that the Pokemon from the picture? A real raging bolt. That neck is, boy, that neck. It's almost too much to fit on one frame. I mean, agreed. Rumor has it this fellow can cover the whole sky with its dark clouds and bring lightning crashing down just by swinging that long neck around. If that were true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Let me snap a couple photos here. Wow, you actually went and found them both. I can't even be surprised. That's just like you. Between you and me, I was having a hard time focusing on my own work. I couldn't keep my mind off those photos. You saved me. I know I didn't promise any rewards or anything, but I gotta thank you for putting the mystery to rest. Here you go. This prize is a real catch. Ooh. That's how you get a sport ball. Okay. Okay. It's wild how much mystery is left in the world, isn't it? When you're a kid, you can just run wholeheartedly wherever you want, but it's not so easy when you get older. You keep running, be humble. Find unknown Pokemon, have grand adventures. Do it for me. And now I think I better get back to work. Alright. I guess that was it for her quest. And that is kind of like exciting storyline based as the Blood Moon Beast one was, but at least you get 2 Paradox Pokemon out of it. So I'm on the fence if I want to do an episode that's dedicated to maybe showcasing some of the storylines that happen with the, what do you call it? The coaches and stuff that you can bring here. I think there's a couple storylines that kind of get expanded upon back in Noronha Academy, actually. So, might do another episode on that. If you guys really want to see that too, also comment below down about that if you really want to kind of see the storylines there. So, with that though, thank you guys for watching, and remember to stay kind and be humbled.